And our ABC correspondent Dominique Schwartz joins us now from the San Jose mine in northern Chile. And Dominique, we've seen some incredibly emotional scenes in the last hours as these men have come up. What's the latest from the rescue site?
Well, the rescue effort continues, Tony. We're up to about number 9 now, and these are the people who are considered to be slightly weaker in health. The plan was always to take out about the 4 strongest men first, those who was considered to be in very good physical and mental health, and then take out those who had more difficulties. At the moment we have Mario Gomez, who is being brought to the surface. Now, he's the oldest of the miners. He's 63 years old and he has a lung condition. So he's being brought up, and it'll be interesting to see what shape he's in. Although the health minister gave a press conference a short time ago, and he said that he's quite amazed that the men are in such good condition. All of them are going to the hospital in Copiapó, which is around about a 10 to 15 minute helicopter ride away, and they will all be staying there for 48 hours, the government says, although I think some of the miners maybe have a different idea about that.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, because some of them have come bouncing out, and there have been some incredible scenes of reunions, including one who was greeted by his girlfriend and their children and immediately announced they plan to get married straight away.
Well, absence makes the heart grow fonder, I suppose, and if you've been stuck down a mine for 69 days, I suppose on both sides they're looking pretty good. There have been lots of great stories which have come out, of course, but it's interesting to note that the Minister for Health and the chief psychologist here have said that one of the most difficult things for the miners and for the families above ground who, while they haven't been trapped, they, of course, have suffered great emotional trauma and stress. I mean, just living in a camp like this, while it's as well organised as you can expect, it's pretty basic conditions. And yesterday, before the miners came out, a lot of the relatives were just exhausted. They were sort of asleep and walking around like zombies. So for them, it's been quite stressful too. And the psychologist and the health minister say that actually that the trauma and the family disputes are the things which actually have had the biggest impact on both those on the surface and those underground.
Well, speaking of family disputes, what about the man the whole tabloid media from around the world is waiting to pounce on, whose wife and mistress are both waiting for him on the surface?
That's right, Tony. Apparently they both turned up when he went missing underground, and both apparently didn't know about the other. So, yes, I don't know when he's coming up, and I don't know whether he's perhaps wanting to be the last man coming up, but I'm sure he's got some explaining to do. And I hope he's not an urban myth, because, I don't know, but like you, Tony, I'd like to have a bit of a chat with him.
Obviously, these men, superficially, the ones we've seen look very well. Is there any thought about how they're going to cope with their lives in future, and how many of them does it look like will continue being miners? At least one has said he won't.
Yes, well, a couple of them have said that they love mining and they do want to continue mining. And I've spoken with a few of the relatives who are above ground, and they say that that while they don't want their cousins and brothers and sons to be going back into the mines, that they're adamant that they do. I think the whole way in which the miners deal with their celebrity and fame and then try to get back to a normal life will be one of the big challenges, and obviously that's been pointed out by the psychiatrists and psychologists which are working with them. The miners themselves have apparently got a lawyer to draw up a contract which will ensure that anything that they earn or any of the benefits that they accrue because of their experiences get distributed amongst them all. They're trying to set up a foundation so that all of them get to benefit. So it'll be interesting to watch in the days and months ahead as to how they cope with that and indeed what does happen.
OK, we'll leave you there. Thank you very much, Dominique. We appreciate you being there, and we'll speak to you again tomorrow, no doubt. Thank you.